Okay, so this is what I want to do. Just to end the evening on a prayer. And I'm not going to do a weird altar call. But I do want you to do something for me because I want to show you something. If you're struggling with an addiction, I'd love for you to raise your hand and just keep it up. Thank you very much. Honesty. Thank you. Keep them up, keep them up. If you're struggling with suicide or depression, I'd love for you to raise your hand and keep it up. Nice. If you're angry at someone and you're frustrated at someone and you haven't forgiven them, or you haven't asked someone for forgiveness and you're mad at and someone's mad at you, I'd love for you to raise your hand and keep it up.
Really?
If the American culture consumes you with texting 5,000 times a day, and you can't go home without getting on your Facebook, your MySpace, or your internet, I'd love for you to raise your hand and keep it up. If bills, jobs, school, homework, oil spills, politics, and everything else in the world consumes your mind before God, I'd love for you to raise your hand and keep it up. If you're an alien from another planet and a human being on this planet, I would love for you to raise your hand and keep it up. So everybody should have their hand raised, right? Right. Now, keep them up for a second. I know this takes a little bit of strength. Hey, hold on, you guys. Listen to this. So, focusing on God and pouring into your neighbor is the great commandment. As you want to be poured into. You is the third part of that equation. So in a sense, if focusing on God and pouring into your neighbor is not breakfast in the morning, lunch, dinner, in between snacks, and coffee, then everything else in our lives is really selfishness. Now take that hand and put it on someone standing next to you, beside you, in front of you, even if you had to raise both hands on some of those things. But I'll tell you, man, I'm not perfect and I got to raise both hands every minute of the day. Now, if you look around the room, we're all connected. We're not just a bunch of fingers right now. We're a fist. We're a unit. This is unity and community. This is how we change the world. It starts with a group of people just like this, inspiring each other, holding each other accountable to our actions, encouraging each other, forgiving each other, picking each other up, and pouring into each other with true love, sacrificing ourselves for each other before we think about ourselves. In John, Jesus says, I give you a new commandment, to love as I have loved. In fact, it's written right there on that wall. I can't believe it. To love as Jesus loved. Serving humanity and then sacrificing himself for humanity. So do we sacrifice ourselves for each other? Because that's how Jesus loved. And that's how we change the world. It's true love. So I'm just going to pray to kind of end this. God, I thank you so much for this place to be able to find unity and community with each other. 6.8 billion people on the planet that you've made all different, and we try so hard to be just like each other. And then we judge other people if they're not like us. God, I ask that you forgive us of our addictions and our struggles and our mistakes. I ask that you forgive us of what consumes our minds every day when we're not focused on you and not focused on other people. But I also pray that you use the things that consume us as teaching tools to go out and help other people realize that they're not alone in the world. Because we're all in this together. Jesus, I pray that you guide us, that you inspire us, that you encourage us, that you focus on us to learn true love, passion, and purpose in this world. I thank you so much for sacrificing your life for us. Now teach us how to live. And I pray all these things in your name, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you guys for hanging with us so late. Listen, at our booth, we have some cards that say White Collar Sideshow on them. And it's all of our music and videos for free. And there's also 20 other bands you can download from that site for free. And there's also accountability software cards that, if you're struggling with the pornography addiction, I'll give you an example. My wife, this is hardcore stuff. Every week, she sees every website I've been to, every picture I've looked at, every video I've watched, every time I've gone back to another website, how many times I've been on websites, and what hours of the night that I get on websites, or the day. It's hard to have integrity outside of our homes when we can't even walk out of our own bedrooms, not being able to feel focused. And I have some of those cards back at our booth too. All we want to do is try to create unity in the culture where we're pouring into each other. So thank you very much.